Kyiv is so beautiful, and everywhere you go there are beautiful buildings, scenes, streets, corners that are lovely. And of course you have to see the St. Sophia, you have to see the Lavra, you have to see right now you have to see the botanical gardens. First time I came here I was 14 years old, and I was fortunate to take part in a school expedition to all the capitals of Eastern Europe, as it was at the time. And one of those capitals, of course, was Kyiv. That was in 1976. And I actually had my 15th birthday here. And visited St. Sophia on that day, so I have very clear memories of it. And then I came back as a student, because I probably on the basis of that trip, a school trip, I decided to study Russian and economics at the then INIAZ, now Linguistics University. That's where I met my husband. And I married Andrei in 1988, and I've lived here ever since. Well, of course, it was a big decision, but it was more about marrying actually than coming here. To be honest with you, I think that was pretty well as soon as IWIC opened in '92. I got involved in some ways, but really I got involved when I had young children, and I felt a very strong need to communicate with other people from beyond Ukraine. IWIC had and still has this wonderful mums and toddlers group, which I joined, and soon I became the leader of the group because I had 3 children, so I was there for a long time. I didn't leave. IWIC was founded, I think, to achieve 2 aims, very, very important aims, both of them in a sense charitable. That the first aim, if you like, is to give expatriate partners who are here with their working partners, diplomats, businessmen of international companies, to give them a network, friends, activities, an understanding of Ukraine, and feel at home in Kyiv. Probably the amount of culture and the variety of cultural events that you can attend here, as well as the nightlife, you know, for the young at heart and younger people. That obviously is international. I'd say the amount of talent there is here, and how accessible it is, and the number of art exhibitions that you can go to every week, concerts, and I think that allows people to be busy, and if you're busy then you feel happy. It's a charitable act actually, because if the whole family is happy here, then the working partner is happy as well, usually. Creating this nice community is actually a great help to Ukraine. I think IWIC is part of that, and it's wonderful that IWIC can say that it's been part of that, of the success of diplomatic relations. I think it's a very important part of our work too, as I say, that to offer the opportunity to our members to become familiar with the traditions, and we celebrate all the sort of Western things, and then we do the Ukrainian things as well. I mean, for a couple of years now I've made paskhi myself, more or less successfully. Thanks to IWIC, I have done some pisanki myself. At the last IWIC general meeting we had a talk about Petrakivsky art, and we've had workshops here actually recently. When you have something traditional like that, which is being revived, as it were, then it means it's also being developed further, and I imagine that It gives designers and ordinary people an opportunity to think about how they can adapt this tradition to their way of life and to their liking. The other aim is directly charitable, and that is to help needy people in our remit areas, which are children, intellectually and physically challenged people, the elderly, and women in difficult situations. And this we do by raising money to pay for projects which are selected through the IWIC grant competition. When we announce our competition, we try and announce it as widely as possible so that we get as many applications as possible. I think this year, I think we got something like 40 applications, and we gave 17 grants, and we gave 17 grants to projects and 6 grants to what we call special initiatives, which are slightly different. They're sort of ongoing projects, which IWIC itself administers as an NGO. It started very small. I remember, almost like in a small hall, not much bigger than this room, selling cakes and meeting Father Christmas. And gradually, over the 25 years, it has, as you probably know, become something very, very big. And each year, the head of fundraising with her committee adds something to that process, the process of preparation and the process of making the bazaar interesting and special. And all I can say is that that is a tremendous operation. It involves a lot of hours of work, and I'm very proud to be part of that. The last 3 years, it's been a joint effort to achieve really fantastic results. This year we raised over 3 million hryvnia. And I have to say, of course, we do it in partnership with the embassies. This year I think over 40 embassies took part, and also we involve a lot of Ukrainians, both Ukrainian staff in the embassies, but also volunteers who are nothing to do with the expatriate community, but who want to take part in this activity, who want to contribute. I never cease to be amazed by people's desire to help and their readiness to give up a lot of time and money, actually, to do this, to be part of the... I think every year it grows, it gets bigger and bigger. We have long-standing partners, I would say. GDIP has been a partner for the bazaar for many years. I mean, just recently, for example, the dance company, or the dance school, Arthur Murray, dance school here, a children's Crimean Tatar dance group. It's just wonderful when you take part in something. That stays with you, that memory, and I think it stays with the children and the adults who took part. I'm part of the charity committee, and I was on the grant application committee as well. And I'm also part of the committee which monitors the project, so I have visited quite a few. I wouldn't like to pick out any one, simply because they are all amazing. In every case, I would say what you see is 1 or 2 people who have dedicated themselves to solving a problem or to answering an absolute need. Usually a need that they had themselves, which was not looked after by, unfortunately, by the state sector. I hope that things are improving for them, and the general environment is more supportive. But still, I think it is very, very hard for them. We are very proud to be able to help them. And we hope we do that properly.